Hi everyone, I woke up at 3 in the morning again, and it turns out this huge giant moon, how can you not notice it staring at you in the window? And yeah, so I texted my brother, and so it's 5 o'clock in the morning now, so it is 12, it's noon in Kiev. And he told me, like, Oksana, I wake up at 3 in the morning a lot these days, and it feels like my body is going through some vibration that I cannot explain. He's definitely waking up at a fast speed. He's talking a lot about energies, and speaking of energies, the energies are so crazy that it looks like they activated our matrix handlers in our families, those who watch us, those who are supposed to bring us down, and all the toxic people around you. They're definitely activated big time, because we still are in duality, so those are people of the dark, right? But this time the situations turn against them. They think that they stir up the situation to bring you down, but actually the situations are very good for us, because we can put those people where they belong. We can embarrass them and put them back to, show them that we're smarter than them, we're not afraid, and catch them lying, catch them red-handed, which, I just know with personal experience, that's what's happening these days. Like, no longer they can manipulate you. They try, but manipulation turns against them. And it's interesting to watch their reaction when you catch them on lies, you catch them on something they make up about you, and then the people around like, hey, it's not true, it is not, and they point at them as the ones who made up all the lies. You might be experiencing this these days, because I know that the old patterns seems to be coming back, but the resolution of those patterns from a new vibrational perspective and from new consciousness level that we have is totally different that used to be before. It seems like it's resolved for good. Also, there's so many people since the last video wrote to me like every single day, Oksana, why is my head so heavy? Why is it so fuzzy? I cannot think today. I want to sleep all day. I'm so tired during the day, and waking up every 3 hours at night. So yesterday I slept very well. So it seems like there's a pattern of sleeping well one night, like 9 hours straight, but then the next night you wake up at 3 in the morning. What happens to me, sometimes I walk around outside and it's so beautiful because everybody's asleep. You feel like the whole world is quiet, and that's when you go into this almost like an alpha state, alpha brainwave, when you just walk around, look around, and you're meditating, walking, and that's when you get the best insights. So what my subconscious told me, that we're going through 3-3-3 division kind of cycle. If you write it down for yourself, you would probably see, because I started noticing that too after I received this information, that I wake up at night every 3 hours, pretty much. 1 o'clock, then was it 12 or 1, sometimes 2.5, sometimes 3, it varies, but it's something like this. Short periods, and then you wake up. Short period of sleep, and then you wake up, and then goes. And because our body is bombarded with the information, frequency, light, fire, you know, you can call it fire because it's kind of like burning up. The frequencies are so hot, they're like much like fire. They're burning up old programs, old software programs in your brain, and that's why your head feels kind of funny. A lot of people experience headache, a lot of people experience migrating headache, like it moves, you know, or they just feel like the head is heavy. But that's because the old programs are being dissolved and the new ones are being accepted as information from your subconscious, because the connection is opening. It's like almost like a portal connection to your you without the body, you without the incarnation, like your big huge energy of you. You are all of a sudden you're connected and you receive information so far subconsciously, so your conscious mind might not know it. But I noticed in situations where I'm accused of something wrongly, or I'm put in, you know, some uncomfortable something situation that I don't deserve, I get the solutions like promptly, or people outside get around me and help me. You know, the high vibrational people I know. It wasn't the case before, it was much harder before. And then all of a sudden you think like, oh, that's great, the situation came to me, because now I can use it for my own benefit and I can actually analyze it, figure out how to dissolve this situation in the physical so it never comes back. You know, you kind of like sort it all out. It's hard to explain, but you probably understand what I mean. But in terms of like different pains, like I had like heart pains for the past 4 days, like they come and go, and I know there's nothing with my heart. You know, I don't have any other symptoms. And then a lot of people write to me that they have that like they wake up drenched, what feels like not even sweat but water in the morning, and it's not, I mean, those clients who you cannot say that, oh, maybe they're going through menopause or something. No, they're not, because they're in their 20s and 30s. And that's when I started thinking, oh, that's why it happened to me a couple of times, even though, you know, I'm still fine with all of this hormonally. And it is because subconscious told me, because you're like, I see plasma fire going into our body, infiltrating it, going through it, and burning up the residue of your old self. Because your old self is just a matrix program of your character, of your alters. You can call it any way you want, but your old self is going. The old programs of reactions of your mental, emotional bodies are supposed to go these days. And you understand more and more how to behave, how to react or not react, how to stay still, strong, calm, observant, and the emotions don't take over you. You know, I notice emotions do take over people who are of the matrix, and that's the way for us as huge energies of creator beings to sort out the let's call it darkness from light, because we are in duality and these are the rules of the game. So it is black and white, darkness and light, you know, no matter you know how the next thing is a lot of energetic uploads. So energies are going to be up and down, as I feel like in the upcoming months. We'll feel energized one day and then tired the next day. And we might, some people, actually a lot of people these days write to me that they feel like they have constant cold for a month or two, or it keeps going, it's there. Nose that is stuffed, or nose that is running, ears are kind of like a diver's ear, when you dive underwater, so it's in and out. You know what I mean, right? Or the head inside feels kind of heavy, fuzzy, strange, you cannot think, you feel tired all day. It's because imagine if the light, which is just a flow of information from our souls, that's what I call the light. It's an energy filled with information. How to get ourselves out of these patterns, programs, old patterns, programs, and how to upload into our physical bodies and energy bodies that is easier to work with, of course, for our subconscious soul. All the new information, all the new programs that we create by ourselves, and those programs are not really programs because they're mostly based on the patterns we figure out, that we do things a certain way. And if we're satisfied with the way we do things, it just like becomes an autopilot or a program, you can call it anyway. And when we are bombarded with these energies, it's like heat for the body, and it's like artificial fever for the body. And that's when you can feel that you are sick, but you're not. You know what I mean? So you can feel under the weather, but it's actually the transformation that is happening every 2.5-3 hours with your body. That's why a lot of people say that every 2 or 3 hours I take a nap during the day. And that's for a reason. Like everything that's happening these days, you have to really even write it down and see what pattern is your body is going through, because that's your own pattern that your soul came up with, that is the best for your particular situation, for your particular body, and that would be the easiest way for you to go through transformation. That's what I really feel I wanted to tell you about the lack of motivation, as I noticed in the first in the previous video. I mean, it's still true, right? Because we're also being attacked a lot by the matrix people in our lives, in our family, and it's a good thing on one hand, duality. On one hand, it's a good thing. On the other hand, of course, it distracts you from doing what you're supposed to do, figuring out your mission, or what you want to do to help others. But first you have to help yourself, because when you go through such tough transformation, you really have to focus on yourself first. And after you're done and everything feels strong inside and outside, that's when you go help others, right? But it seems like right now we're all going through this motion. And just respect the process, and go with the flow, because your soul knows best. And I've noticed for the past few days, even the things that felt like, oh yeah, it's such a terrible thing that is happening, but at the same time you understand there's nothing you can do to change it. And when you relax in knowing that there's nothing you can do to change it, the situation actually changes for the best. So right now I just don't put any resistance to anything, and the things work out on their own. So I think that's the point of the now. And the more fun stuff is coming up. Like I said before, the fall is gonna be very interesting. Big ball of fire shooting little fires. That's my metaphor for what is coming in the fall. You can interpret it in different ways, but that's the energies they collect right now, accumulate into this ball of fire, and then they're gonna throw it at us in the fall months. But as you know, that's for a reason, and it's duality. On the one hand, we're going through transformation and transitioning and adapting to the new frequency world. Our body is having a pretty hard time doing that, but that's why we need to rest a lot. But at the end, I already see the results in the end, and it's gonna be beautiful. We just have to survive this period of transformation, let's say it this way. Okay, well, I guess that's all I wanted to let you know, and from what information I collected from the clients who write to me about the different things they're going through, and I'll give you another update a few days later whenever I get more text messages, emails from my former clients, from my new clients, and who tell me what's going on in their lives, because there's a lot of going on in people's lives, a lot of problems, a lot of old situations coming back up in a circular motion, the cycles. We're supposed to break the cycles right now. So good luck with that, and see you next time. Bye bye.